Hello and welcome to Value Chain TV News Update. I am Kabir Lawal with the news. And on the Value Chain TV News Update, the Nigerian Bar Association has defended the federal government's endorsement of the SAMA Agreement, declaring that it contained no clause on same-sex marriage. President of the NBA, Yakubu Meikel-San, waded into the controversy surrounding the pact as the House of Representatives asked the federal government to suspend the implementation of the agreement signed by the country on June 28, 2024. In an interview with Value Chain TV, few Nigerians shared their thoughts on the development. The report.
I'm aware that it's a move by the federal government to take a loan of about $100 and something billion. And there are speculations that the loan comes with some conditions that might require the country to support LGBTQ. There has been a statement issued by the president of the NBA, Nigerian Bar Association, explaining to the public that the agreement does not carry that clause or that term. The president explained that if you look into the agreement very well, you will notice that the agreement is subject to the Constitution. There is no agreement the federal government can enter that will supersede the Constitution. Constitution supersedes every other term, any other law. So I don't think it's something that Nigerians should be scared of. Although our borrowing is too much, that one I'll say. But the fact that there will be an agreement that will be signed that will make any LGBTQ activity come into our country through the agreement is not possible because the Constitution forbids it.
It's in our culture, we don't deserve it. As Kafar, I'm Muslim, I don't want this Samoa, this thing. All our leaders who are calling for our leaders now to remove that, to reject it, more especially House of Assembly. We are begging them in the name of God to remove that issue. We don't like it for Nigeria. I beg for this country. More Mr. President and Vice President, I beg. More than resign that thing. We don't like it again for Nigeria. We don't want it. It's not deserving to us. The hardship where we are in Nigeria now, right country, hungry people are killing people. Why hunger? Hunger man is an angry man anytime. As you see me like this now, I do 3 days, I never eat food. It's yesterday I eat. What we need for Nigeria is not Samoa. We need food. We need chemicals to go back to farm. Not this Samoa. Before Unko, why Jonathan never signed that bill? Why the rest of the people never signed this? Now only Nigeria now these spenders are going to sign the one. We not like it for Nigeria.
President Bola Tinubu has announced the creation of a new Ministry of Livestock Development. The president said this at the inauguration of the Renewed Hope Livestock Reform Implementation Committee at the Council Chambers of the State House, Abuja. He explained that the creation of new ministry was sequel to the recommendation of the Presidential Panel on Reform of Livestock Industry set up to provide long-term solution to constant clashes between farmers and herders in September 2023. Few Nigerians have reacted to the development. The report.
Yeah, well, I think the new ministry is going to address a very peculiar issue, perennial farmers herders crisis. It's entirely different stuff from what the original report recommended, which of course the federal government, I didn't see them implementing in the very first place. But I think this is entirely a different ballgame altogether, trying to address a particular national issue. So if they feel that this new ministry, proposed ministry, is going to address this issue, good and fine, they should go ahead and create that ministry, but as well implement the original report as they really brought it up that time.
It's not what we need at this moment, because now people are suffering, hardship everywhere. What now? How they will balance the economy, make life better for the masses. So establish a ministry of livestock. I don't know whether it can contribute to the betterment of the masses to make life better for them. But what the government is supposed to do now is to focus for the economy, make things balanced. Fuel price is very, very high. Transportation, food prices, everything is very, very expensive. People are suffering, but the people in charge don't know the suffering of the masses. So that's where they can focus to reduce the price of cost of living in Nigeria.
The Senate has asked the federal government to address the issue of food insecurity in the country to avert crisis. The Red Chamber stressed that this was necessary to avoid the wrath of Nigerians who are currently undergoing excruciating hunger and acute starvation in the country. Chad Moses completes the report.
The Red Chamber's observation came as former Senate President Ahmad Lawan raised the alarm that food crisis could be imminent, alleging that the country's food reserves was totally empty. The Senate resolution was sequel to a motion by the senator representing Kogi West Senatorial District, Sunday Karimi, on the urgent need to address food insecurity and market exploitation of consumables in Nigeria. Senators, in their various contributions, lamented the high cost of food in the country and urged the federal government to arrest the situation. Senate President Godswill Akpabio said government has embarked on measures to halt food crisis in the country. He asked the chairman Senate Committee on Agriculture, Senator Salihu Mustafa, to brief his colleagues on the issue of fertilizer distribution. Mustafa said the federal government decided to distribute to each state governor for onward distribution to farmers in their respective states. For Value Chain TV, Chad Moses reporting.
NERC has announced that discos that fail to distribute at least 95% of the energy allocated to them will face penalties, including a 5% reduction in their administrative and operational expenditure. The move is aimed at improving the efficiency of the power sector and protecting consumers from overbilling. The sanctions by NERC will be meted out on the distribution companies discos that fail to meet the targets for 2 months energy distribution targets. The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Bagudu, has called on the United Nations to show more deliberate support for Nigerians' ongoing economic reforms. The minister stated this during a courtesy visit by the Deputy Director General of the United Nations Industrial Development Organization in Abuja. Bagudu noted that such support will encourage other nations to make similar adjustments necessary for sustainable growth and development. He stated that regardless of the substantial economic reforms introduced by President Bola Tinubu's administration aimed at revitalizing Nigeria's economy, the Managing Director of the Federal Airport Authorities of Nigeria, FAN, Olubunmi Kuku, has said that only 3 out of 22 airports are profitable. Olubunmi Kuku said that 19 airports are being subsidized due to passenger traffic, which is a significant challenge for the authority. She confirmed that the profitable airports are Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Murtala Mohammed Airports, Kano, and Port Harcourt. She added that the authority was engaging in discussions with different branches of government to explore potential relief measures and prioritizing activities like trade, manufacturing, and boost tourism to boost airport traffic. The House of Representatives has ordered a comprehensive probe into the nation's oil sector, citing allegations of substandard products, high sulfur diesel, and unfair subsidization. Our correspondent Anastasia Daisy completes the report.
The Green Chambers has directed its relevant committee to conduct a forensic investigation into the oil sector, following allegations of racketeering, favoritism, and a failure of regulators to enforce standards, adopting a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by Honorable Billy Adesuwa Osawaru and Honorable Philip Agri. The House of Representatives also resolved to investigate the resurgence of fuel queues in petrol stations, the alleged failure of the regulators of the nation's oil sector, Nigeria Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA) and the Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) to enforce compliance with standards and lack of support to crude oil refiners and insurance of import license, despite local production, amongst others. This forensic probe comes at a time when the nation is grappling with fuel scarcity and high prices. For Value Chain TV, Anastasia Adeze reporting.
That ends the Value Chain TV news update. I am Kabir Lawal. Thanks for watching.